preserve anyone's story is a good thing. It's not just because they come from Ireland, he was a docker the whole lot. It's a human story. It's a story that's, you can sit around and say, I know a man on the docks and he did this, or I knew a farmer who did that. It's a talking point of life. Anyone that comes along and saves life could be spoken about well, and truly well, because where do you go from there? My father worked on the docks as a boy, and his father actually was a docker too. They called them coal porters. The coal was there in the winter, they'd work on the cargo in the summer. My father followed his father's tradition, and my father's father done the same. He was doing it for generations, you know, working on the docks. He was just a docker, and that's all there was to it. Loved it. You have to understand that he lived in the dock area all his life. There wasn't great things for kids to do. That was his playground, and his brothers, his four brothers. And they used to just swim like as if they were going for a walk. He was coming down and there was a crowd standing on the bridge, on Ballybough Bridge. No one doing nothing, just looking in at a young lad there, struggling to get out. So he just took off his coat and dived in his suit. I should have been there at the pond the next morning. And when he got out, my mother told me I shouldn't have put this down, but here's what my mother said, you know, Bill, what are we going to do for our dinner on Monday? That was the suit. That's how you lived. That's how you lived. He was asked would he take a job in the winch, number 1 hatch. He was walking away there at about 4 o'clock. One of the crew shouted someone was in distress in number 2 hatch. He asked a few of his friends that was on the deck to come and help him. They all left. He left the ship and went to the safety of the quayside. He said he thought it was going to blow up. To his surprise, there was a couple of men lying, you know, face down, and the gas fumes started to rise up. He got a handkerchief and tied it around his mouth. He took the captain first, Captain Monroe. That was the first guy. He was heavy, he said. He was the most difficult to get up the ladder. He was exhausted, he was telling me. Went down the second time. He took the bosun, then he took the first mate. He took the 3 of them up, he brought them to safety. You could call him a fool or brave, my dad, that'd be good to him, but he didn't look at it that way. He did it, and that's all he was doing. The ship went away 3 days later, but before they went, he came up to the house in Foley Street, number 60. And they had a huge big hamper. Now, this was the memory that I remember. I was only 7. That really stands out in my mind. Maybe it was all the goodies, you know, like, we wasn't used to getting them. It was chewing gum, sweets, everything you could mention that we wouldn't get, you know. They're all hugging each other and thanking them, and, you know, it was a lovely time, and they gave him £5. He always remembers that 5. I don't remember getting it because I've never seen any of it. I don't think my mother did either. Oh well, that's life. He was a French sailor that went on the drink, only went back to the ship, fell off the gangplank. And my dad went down and took him up out of water. But my dad said he didn't want to be saved. That's what my dad said. But he was nearly going to sober up and down below altogether. He wasn't coming back. But yeah, he didn't take a peg out. But after that, I noticed that he'd no energy. He'd no energy, and I held his hand. When he died, I held his hand. And the thing he said to me was, he said, you know, I'm not afraid of where I'm going, but I'd like to know where I'm going. He was fearless deep down, you know. There was no such a thing as anxieties in me dad. He was real straight shooter, you know. Oh, as I always said, regardless of who if he didn't save a tomcat in the canal, I'd have still loved him, and I'm still proud of him, regardless. It didn't make any difference. And his whole family was the very same.